Here's a little history lesson. In 1947, the United Nations voted to partition the British mandate for Palestine into two states, one Arab and one Jewish. As the date drew near for Israel to be officially declared a state, President Truman, a man of strong Christian faith, was under incredible pressure whether the U.S. would officially recognize the soon-to-be-born Jewish state. The majority of the power elite in Washington was trying to convince the president not to recognize Israel. In fact, things became so intense, Truman said he didn't want to talk about it with anyone any further. Enter Truman's lifelong friend, Eddie Jacobson, a Jewish man and a former business partner who Truman served in the Army with. Jacobson went to D.C. in March of 1948 and met with his longtime friend, the president, and asked President Truman to meet with the man who would soon become the first president of Israel, Chaim Weizmann. The president, having refused to listen to anyone, was convinced by his boyhood friend and agreed to meet with Weizmann. A few days later, Weizmann flew to Washington and, along with Eddie Jacobson, met with the president. As a result of this meeting, President Truman emerged saying he would recognize the soon-to-be-born state of Israel. Thus, 11 minutes after Israel's first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, declared statehood on May 14, 1948, the United States became the very first country to recognize the state of Israel. So God used two Jews and a Christian to be instrumental in the rebirth of the nation of Israel. And on May 25, 1948, Chaim Weizmann paid an official visit to the White House and presented President Truman with a Torah scroll. And this is another example of Jews and Christians partnering together in the work of the kingdom.